Kathleen with Kathleen's Trodden Trail, coming to you on Tuesday evening, November the 7th. I have a ton of stuff to show you, a ton of stitching and needle punch and rug hooking, and no major life updates to tell you about, so I'm just going to get to it and hopefully knock this out. I know I won't be able to do it in one video, but hopefully two at the very most. I was going to film on Maddie's computer, but then realized that to upload from her computer would take some amount of time, and she is at basketball practice right now, but will need her computer for homework when she gets home. So I realized that wasn't going to work. Anyway, as you can see, it is November in our house. We decorated. I always start decorating for Thanksgiving on Halloween night, waiting for the trick-or-treaters. And get by November 1, end of the day, I have all of my Thanksgiving decorations up. I will probably take a few pictures and insert those at the end of the video for your viewing enjoyment. Nothing as neat or as fancy as what Priscilla does for Christmas, but I enjoy decorating for Thanksgiving. And then the Friday after Thanksgiving, then Thanksgiving comes down and Christmas goes up. So. Okay, so I have been doing a lot of stitching. I stitched Halloween all day, Halloween day, and then November 1st, once I got decorations up and house cleaned, I switched to Christmas. So I have a couple of finishes, no FFOs, but a couple of finishes. I have this one. This is, oh goodness, this is, I think it's Country Cottage Needleworks. Now I put the pattern away. You've seen this. I think it's Country Cottage Needleworks. Behold, I bring you good tidings of great joy. And it looks like this. I totally changed the colors, and I changed everything about this. I really changed everything about this. I chose this fabric, was just some small fabric that I had to do it on. And the colors that it was charted for didn't work on this fabric, so I switched it out. This will be a gift for my friend Gail. I always give her some sort of a nativity or manger scene or something about the birth of Christ as one of her gifts for Christmas. And can you hear that noise? That is the cat trying to get up from the basement. Let me let her up so she doesn't drive me crazy. Okay, hopefully that'll be that. So anyway, this was a quick stitch. Couple days, started it and finished it. I actually started it on different fabric and then decided the fabric was too light for the white, and so I attempted to cover my white stitches and dye it, and it didn't work. So I had to start it over, but that's okay. I'm happy with how it turned out. I think I want to come up with something unique in terms of finishing, so maybe like a small platter or something. I've already given her a ton of ornaments, so I think I want to come up with something just a little bit different for that. So that's that. Along with the Priscilla and Chelsea stitch along, Sal's, multiple things that they have going on. I am stitching, I have been working on Grandma's House from Hometown Holiday, Little House Needleworks. So let's see, I think Chelsea was working on this, and I liked it, I enjoyed it. I went to look at it online to order the chart and realized that my tree farm that I did, if you remember this one that I did a while back, and I still need to add the tree. I'm going to put a bottle, I don't know what those are called, bottle brush trees, just the little, I'm going to put that here, so that in here. But I realized that this is part of that series. This is just called Tree Farm, and it's part of that series. And I thought, oh, well, there's just a ton of these that I want to do. And so I started Grandma's House, which looks like this when finished, and just about finished. I need to add the tree and finish off the snow. I have been stitching this in hand, and sort of practicing on my stitching and hand skills, I had just a small piece, just a small little piece of fabric that is some kind of linen. I don't even know. And it was pretty small to put in a Q-snap or a hoop. So, but this was a quick stitch. There are some mistakes in it. It's okay. This is just for me, and this was kind of my learning piece for stitching in hand, but I'm super happy with how that's turning out. And then I also ordered a couple of the others that I really like from this series, and now I think I'm just going to end up getting them all. But I ordered the Florist, which is really cute, and I ordered the Schoolhouse, which I absolutely loved. And then I have my name on the list at 123 for, oh, I can't think of what it's called, but it's the one with the train, because I love trains, and so that's on there. So I hope to do those all. Now, these are for me, so I probably won't get them all done. I probably won't get any except for Grandma's house done for this Christmas, because I have ornaments to do. Tons and tons and tons of ornaments. Then I think I mentioned that I had restarted. I'm going to do another version of the tree lot. I'm going to give the original version, I think, to my father-in-law, and I started another version of the tree lot, and so I worked on that just a little bit today. I haven't gotten a lot done on that, but I just need to finish the house and the snow, and I think that one is done too. So I got a few of those bottle brush trees, and yeah, I love those patterns. I think those are so sweet and really pretty. Okay, I was watching, I always do this. I always forget to look up and see, and I can't think of her name. I can't think of her name. I love her. I think she's a sweetheart. Excuse me, a sweetheart. Anyway, she does lots of samplers. She has sons. Anyway, you'll know when I show you this. She showed this pattern, and for those of you that follow me or are friends with me on Facebook and maybe Instagram, I'm not sure how I am labeled in Instagram, you know that my maiden name is Salazar. So I actually grew up in a Spanish-speaking home and spoke pretty fluent Spanish until I went to college. And my mother didn't speak it, only my father did, and we weren't really allowed to speak it in front of her because she felt like that was very rude. So I actually, but I was fluent, and I've lost the majority of it. I would love to go back to school and take Spanish again. I think it wouldn't take much for me to pick it back up again. All of my children took it in high school, and my son is considering minoring in it in college. But anyway, she showed this, and I thought, well, oh my goodness, with a maiden name like Salazar, I had to do Feliz Navidad. So here is what this one looks like. And this is a chart by Blackbird Designs, and I've done, when I originally got back to cross stitching about 5 years ago, Blackbird Designs was the first set of charts that I found that kind of got me back into it. And I love their charts, and I love their colorways and all of that. So then, let me think. Michelle Rudy, Farm Girl, is doing it, and there are several people doing this. And so we kind of have a informal sal going on, and it's going to be a very quick stitch, I can tell, and I really, really would like to get it done for Christmas this year. This is for me. I'm not going to give this one away, but here's my start. And I only worked on this for maybe 30 minutes or something one day. And I love this. Oh my goodness. Isn't that so precious? It's so pretty. It's 1/2. And I don't know, it's 1/2 on like 36 count. I can't remember, some kind of linen. I think it's a picture this plus linen. If anybody really, really needs to know what it is, it's a real pretty kind of modelly, faintly modeled linen. But I can look it up if anybody wants to know what that fabric is. Of course, and McKenna's, you can see this all the time. I use this one. This is probably my favorite needle minder in the world, and I pull it off other projects and put it on, but whatever I'm working on. Okay, so those are my kind of starts as far as Christmas goes. I'm still working on Lantern Lane. I'm still working on Ebenezer's Christmas, but no real progress on any of those, so I thought there was no point in showing you. However, I have a whole kind of set of ornaments that I want to do, that I'd like to do. And I started with Good Tidings, and so that's one of the, I think, 9 or 10 that I need to do for Christmas, not that they'll all be done. And so the next set that I need to work on are the kids. And so I had decided, I originally had picked this out for Ryan to do, and it's Little House Needleworks Hot Cocoa, and I think Vonna may have already done this, or several people have done it. At Reflections, Julie has a whole, almost a Christmas tree type display unit where she has all of the Little House Needleworks and Country Cottage smalls displayed, and so it's really fun to go and look and see what all is over there in terms of smalls. So I thought, okay, well, it's hard to find kind of masculine ones for Ryan for Christmas, and I thought this was fairly masculine. And right after I bought it, we were having some conversation, and he said something, and I said something about hot chocolate, and he said, "Oh, I hate hot chocolate." And I thought, oh, well, swell. So I think I'm going to do this one for Maddie, because Maddie really does love hot chocolate. And I had picked out some fabric that was part of some small pieces that I had bought at Reflections. And then I was watching yesterday Priscilla and Chelsea, and they talked about their tea and coffee dyeing video. And so I got up super early this morning, like I always do, and I got my work done. And by 6 o'clock, I was in my kitchen baking and boiling fabric. And so this was a piece of kind of lighter, and the lighting isn't very good. And I can tell this is really washed out and not showing up true. It's really rich and deep. It was much lighter than this. It was a modelly piece of linen, but much lighter. It smells good. And so using their instructions, I kind of halved the recipe because I had 2 small pieces. I did this piece, and then this piece is the same piece as this. So it was this fabric. I cut it off, and it didn't take, and Priscilla and Chelsea talk about that different, this is a piece of even weave. I think it's, well, I'm not sure. It's a piece of even weave. It's not linen, and it didn't take it, and I knew it might not. So I got a couple of sections where it got some good modeling in it. This side is a little bit more. But, and I think these were the parts that were lifted a little bit when I crinkled it up on the cookie sheet on the parchment paper and then baked it. I think these were the parts that were more lifted. So I like that. And so I think I had picked this up. It's Heart in Hand, Bird in the Hand Thanksgiving. And so I think I'm going to do this on here, because I think those colors, I bought all the floss for it, so I think those colors will look, don't you think, the black, and I think that's onyx, but anyway, I think those will look nice on there. And then I think I'll do, and I'll be able to get 2 out of this one. I think I'll do hot cocoa and something else on here, but then that's going to be for Maddie, and I think today I found another one for Ryan. Okay, I'm at 14:16, and so I'm going to end here, and I'll insert some pictures of my house, and then I'm going to do another video and show you a little bit of my needle punch and my haul from just today. So talk to you in a bit.